Hey friend, Graham Cochrane here. Wanted to do a video to kind of address what's going on with the coronavirus, the COVID-19 coronavirus. As you are well aware, this is the talk of the media for better or for worse, and there are a lot of smarter people talking about the health repercussions, the economic repercussions, the sociological repercussions, and all those things. What I wanted to do is to talk to you from person to person, to encourage you to just share some thoughts that I have about this pandemic and about this moment in time, and then to speak to you as a business owner. Maybe you are a business owner or a hopeful business owner, and maybe you're worried. Maybe your business is being affected. Maybe you're worried it's going to be affected. I was in a live coaching call with some of my students, my six-figure coaching community on Wednesday, and somebody asked, "Hey, Graham, is your online business or are your businesses affected by this situation?" And so it got me thinking about the specific repercussions for online business. So I have three thoughts that I wanted to share with you in this video. And of course, I want to say before any of these thoughts, a couple of things. One, if you are in a country that is crazy affected by coronavirus, China, Italy, places that are locked down, I am praying for you. I cannot imagine how hard it is. And if it gets that serious here in the US, then I'll have a little taste of it. But the disruption in your life, I'm sure it is frightening to see stores completely shut down or to see the only stores that are open be completely out of essential goods. I mean, here in the US, there's no toilet paper anywhere, and nothing is shut down yet. And you can't buy toilet paper. I don't know what people are thinking, but I can imagine it is crazy. So for you, I want you to know that I'm praying for you, and I'm praying for your country, and that I can't exactly identify with what you are going through at this moment. I have friends in Italy, so I get a little taste from what they say about it. But hang in there, stay safe, wash your hands, and of course, I want to speak to the medical aspect of this. There are plenty of resources that you should be staying in touch with, the World Health Organization, CDC in America, for latest updates on that. I'm not here to talk about those things, but this is a good opportunity because people are panicking all over the world. And as business owners, we need to talk about a couple things. This pandemic and then the subsequent freak out of all people all over the world and the real effects that it's having on real businesses and real people is a good reminder that there is so much about our lives and our businesses that we cannot control. I think when times are good, we can be lulled to sleep in thinking that we've got this on lock, or that my livelihood is completely within my control. If I have the right sales copy, conversion rate, Facebook ad, it's just math. I just put it in and it works beautifully. I control it. Well, this is a great reminder that we do not have nearly as much control as we think we do. So it's important to wake up and say, wow, I can't control everything about my business. So what can I control? That's the important question. We need to focus on what we can control. And these things are always the same. Three that come to mind as a small business owner is one, you can control your costs. Keep your costs low at all times. Try as best as you can for your industry to run a lean business. Now, if you are in an online business, if you are in the information product space, as I am, as most of you are in one of the leanest, if not the leanest businesses to ever exist. There is no reason why you should have inflated, bloated expenses every single month. Now, some expenses are worth it and necessary, but you should be able to keep your costs low as a business so that you can continue to operate if the next 6 to 12 months revenue is a lot lower. Number two, we got to keep cash reserves. That's something you can control. You should always have cash in the bank for you and your family, typically 6 months of living expenses just so you can pay your bills. But If you have a business, your business needs cash reserves as well. I've talked about this before, but whatever it costs to run your business per month, you should have 6 months of that set aside in a business savings account. These are minimums, by the way. The people that have lots of cash on the sidelines are the people that aren't freaking out when business dries up, when the revenue falls short, when people aren't spending as much money as they once were because they're just a little panicked. So having cash is something that you can always control. And when times are good, when you have a big launch, when the economy is buzzing like it was just a few weeks ago, like you need to set aside a lot of cash for the future, for unexpected things like this. And the third thing that you can control is debt. Avoid debt. Don't take out any small business loans. If you have one or some line of credit or some business credit card that you're carrying a balance on, when times are good, you should be paying that stuff off so that you reduce your costs, because those costs are fixed generally, and you have to service the debt if you have it. And that's fine if cash flow is good, but when cash flow tightens up, as it's happening for many people right now, this becomes really, really tricky. I have friends in the events space. Think about that. Events are being canceled left and right. Weddings, conferences, sporting events. My friends whose businesses thrive and exist around live events, whether putting them on or creating a service at live events, they're losing so much money. But the ones that are smart have cash reserves, have little to no debt, and keep their costs pretty low so that they can sustain this period of uncertainty. Again, we can't control a lot of stuff in life. Case in point, 2020 was not expected to be a down year, but it's looking pretty bad so far. But there are a lot of things we can control. And wisdom would tell us that when times are good, get out of debt, save money in the bank, and keep your costs low. Okay, my second thought related to this entire situation is that this is a good reminder that passive income and multiple streams of income are so important. So important. I feel for the moms and dads, the husbands and wives, the individuals who have to stay home from work because of social distancing, because of whatever it is, where they're not allowed to gather or come to their office. And many of these people cannot work remotely. Many of these people in the restaurant industry, in the travel and tourism industry, tons of industries, there is no work from home option. There is no remote work option. They come home and they don't even have paid time off. They literally are being punished financially because we're all trying to stop the spread of a virus. Now, I'm not coming down on any of these people, but this is just a classic example of how critical it is to not rely on one stream of income, especially one that you have to go to an office and perform services in order to collect a paycheck. If you have a passive income stream, rent from tenants that are going to still pay you every single month, online courses that still sell remotely, membership sites that still have recurring revenue, affiliate products that are still paying you, any of these things are critical in a time like this. Because A, they're passive, and B, if you have multiple ones, one or two or three might dry up, but there might be one or two or three that continue to pay your bills. You might not make as much as you did when this virus wasn't a thing, but you still can survive. That's why I'm so passionate about teaching you online business every single week here, because I want you to have an income stream that's automatic, that can pay your bills whether you're working or not, whether you're sick or not, whether the economy is good or not. And finally, this outbreak and this global situation is a good reminder that ultimately we can't put our hope in our businesses or in our health or in our government. As a Christian, my hope is in Jesus Christ. What that means is that I trust that He is in control of all things. That gives me a lot of peace. Not that bad things won't happen, but that I will be okay in spite of those because my hope is in Him. What that helps me to do is to not look inward at myself and freak out and just hoard resources and just pull my family close and just look out for number one. I have peace because of Jesus, and that helps me look outward to try to help others. There are going to be people who need physical help. There are going to be people who need emotional help. There are going to be people that just need resources or encouragement. And I want to be positioned in a way to help them. If my hope is in myself, or if my hope is in my business, or if my hope is in my government, for crying out loud, then I have no hope at all. Now, I don't know where you land on that personally, but I'm happy to dialogue with you about that. If you're interested, just leave me a comment or shoot me an email. But just know that I am praying for you. I am praying for our countries and our country's leaders. I'm praying for the health of our people all over the world. And I'm praying that we can get through this situation. There are a lot of other dire situations happening around the world that are not getting any news coverage. And I'm praying for those people. Children that are dying from starvation in the thousands every single day. Other diseases that are destroying people's lives that aren't getting the news coverage. And there's a lot of political reasons why. I'm not going to get into those, but there's a lot of people that need a lot of help. And so you and I need to continue to serve people as well as we can, have a long-term view of our businesses that we might continue to be wise, steward what we've been given well, so that we can thrive to not only take care of our families and live fun lives, but so that we can be generous to other causes that are doing good work around the world, even when there is no global spotlight on a virus like coronavirus, because the needs never go away worldwide, even when this thing gets taken care of, and it will eventually. So remember, we don't have a lot of control over our businesses, so control what you can. This outbreak continues to reinforce the idea of why passive income and multiple streams of income are so important. And finally, don't put your hope in something like your business or your health or your government. I have put mine in Jesus. I hope you will too. But ultimately, we aren't here for ourselves. We are here to serve others. So have that others mentality as you go about your day and your week. I'm praying for you. I hope you're having a great Friday. Stay healthy, stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you on another video real soon.